Hi everyone. I did good today. I went to the gym. I did 10 minutes on the elliptical and 20 minutes of running. I read that book I talked about yesterday, The Essential Triathlete. I read most of it last night. And most of what I remembered was dead on, but it was good to reread it just to kind of remember, because I do want to run a race, probably a 10K, which is 6.2 miles, and eventually do a triathlon in a few years, so that would be really exciting. But yeah, so I read the book, and he has 3 plans laid out. They're 3 13-week plans, and they depend on where you're starting. So some of the first plan starts if you've never really exercised before ever. The second one starts if you're mildly athletic, but you've never really done a competitive sport. And then the third one is for if you've already been a competitive racer in one of the 3 sports of the triathlon, running, biking, or swimming, but you've never done a combined race. So it was really good, and there's a paragraph I want to read to you about ambivalence, about when you kind of hit a mental block, or when you're not quite sure whether your body can do it or whether you can do it. And it's really great, 2 paragraphs, and I want to read them to you, so I'll do that in a sec. And yeah, last night after swimming, I felt like I hadn't worked enough. And so while I was watching So You Think You Can Dance, which is one of the only TV shows I actually commit time to watching, and I never really know when it's on, but occasionally I find out it's starting and I watch it. I haven't watched it for a few seasons, but I'm very excited. So last night while I was watching, during the commercial breaks, I did push-ups, crunches, sit-ups, leg lifts, squats, plies, punching, whatever. Every commercial break, when the commercials would start, I'd just get up and then work out until the show started again. And I was sore like all over, so that was really good. I knew I worked out in full for that evening, so that was awesome. And yeah, so the Essential Triathlete says to take, if you've never been athletic before ever, it says to work out every other day for 20 minutes for the first week. In the second week, it ups 2 of the workouts to 30 minutes. The third week, it's 4 days of 30 minutes. And the 5th week, you add another day, and just kind of continually, gradually builds up. But I'm already working out more than that first week. But I'm working out less than the first week of the second tier, slightly athletic people schedule. So I'm going to stick with the never been athletic before 13-week schedule. And I'm probably going to stretch it out a little longer. But anyway, so he suggested that you do 20 minutes of one of the sports on your workout day. So 20 minutes of running or jogging, 20 minutes of bike riding, or 20 minutes of swimming. So yesterday I did 20 minutes of swimming, and today I did 20 minutes of running. And I ran 1.25 miles in those 20 minutes. And that last minute was so hard. I hit like 16 and a half minutes, and my body just did not want to keep going. I haven't really pushed myself to run without stopping for 20 minutes. I've really only gone up to 15. But I did it, and I really had to push through, and I had to find the right song on my iPod to like get me pumped up more than I already was to like make it through. But I did, and that was awesome. And yeah, so that was great. And I plan to modify his schedule just a little bit. So instead of 20 minutes every other day, I'm going to try to do 20 minutes per day straight. So 20 minutes straight of swimming, 20 minutes straight of biking, or 20 minutes straight of running, plus then my warm-up and my cool-down, so 30 to 40 minutes of workout a day. So I'm pushing it up a little higher than he asks for in your first week, but this is my 3rd week, coming to a close very soon, so I figure I'm physically ready, and it's time to start pushing myself just a little bit every day, pushing myself just a little bit. So I pushed myself today, and 20 minutes of running felt really good. And, of course, the 10 minutes on the elliptical beforehand got me all warmed up. So, hooray! I feel really good. I feel good that I pushed myself beyond what I had originally planned to do. You know, kind of just my brain had laid out the week, and I did more than that because I read some of the book last night. So that was good. Briefly, I also wanted to tell you, for the ladies who care, I'm on my period this week, and it came about 5 days early, which is very surprising. But if you recall back to my very first video, I was in a lot of pain. Like, I've just been in horrible pain whenever my period starts for like 2 or 3 days. Like I can't walk, can't do anything. It's horrible. And so yeah, I'm on my period and I have not had any cramps and I have not had any bad feelings down there in the lower belly. Like it's amazing, and I don't really know why, but the fact that my period started and it's like not painful is incredible, because it's been like a year since I've had a pain-free period, and so that time of the month came and it wasn't bad at all. It's really awesome. So that was great. It's great. I wanted to say in the very end that it's exciting and encouraging to me that I'm on my period, because that means that possibly the water weight that I'm holding for my period is what's keeping the scale even though I really do think I've lost weight. I guess I don't know, but I assume. So that's really encouraging. And I don't know what has made my period not hurt whatsoever. I don't know if it's because I'm taking in a lot more protein than I normally would, because the uterus is a muscle, or if it's just the fact that I'm working out more, or maybe the fact that I'm really focusing on drinking all my water every day. I'm not quite sure what made the cramps like disappear, but literally I have had death cramps ever since I got an IUD, which was almost a year ago now. In fact, it was a year ago. I never had cramps in my life, ever. Like, my period was always perfect until I got an IUD last year, and they've been hell. Like, 2 or 3 days of crippling pain, can't walk, can't eat, can't do anything, feel awful, miss work, sort of awful cramps, until this week, and it's absolutely no issue whatsoever. And I don't know if that's the protein helping my muscle, because the uterus is a muscle, or if it's the water or just the working out. I don't know, but it is a miracle. It is so great. And so yeah, if you have horrible cramps, perhaps it would be wise of you to try working out and eating more protein and drinking more water, because it's one of those three. I can't think of anything else it could be. If you have any ideas, let me know, but it's brilliant. It's awesome. Okay, bye. What he says here at the end is so relevant to what we're doing, I thought I had to read it. So, the key to success in dealing with ambivalence is to accept that it will always be present to some extent. Sometimes the ambivalent feelings will be weaker, sometimes stronger. What you do in response to the feelings determines their impact, determines whether they'll trip you up or not get in your way. If ambivalence destroys your commitment, that's one thing, but if it simply questions your commitment, if it does nothing more than take you on a temporary detour, it can lead to a strengthening of resolve to proceed forward. Fighting or ignoring feelings of ambivalence doesn't work in most cases. Rather, go with the flow. If you really feel like taking a day off of training or dropping out of that race or season, forever even, try to understand why you feel this way. If you're tired, take a break. Your body may be telling you it needs some time off. After your break, if you don't want to resume it for now, don't fight it. You are or should be in this to have fun. When it stops being fun, it's time to stop doing it. I thought that was brilliant. So, yeah, listen to your body, all that good stuff.